If you know how to use nested formulas in Excel, you already know how to use subqueries in SQL. Subqueries are a common SQL interview question, so you might want to pay attention to this one. This is day 26 of my SQL in 30 series, and today we're diving into subqueries. So just as the name suggests, subqueries are secondary blocks of code within your main block of code. It's sort of like asking SQL one question so you can use that answer to solve a bigger question. Let's go through an example. I'm going to be using this sample employees table for this example. Let's say I want to find every employee who earns more than the average salary. So the first thing I'd need to know is, what is the average salary? I could write two separate SQL queries where I first find the average salary, and then I write a second query to filter my data using the average salary that I found. But that is not ideal. You really don't want to hard code values into your queries because they won't automatically update. I want this query to give me an accurate answer every time I run it, even if the data changes. So instead, I'm going to use a subquery. All you need to do is place one query inside the other. So let's start with the main query. Again, I'm trying to find all employees who earn more than the average salary. Let's start by selecting the fields we want to see and indicating which table we want to pull our data from. Now we're going to filter our data, but instead of hard coding the answer to the secondary query, we're just going to paste that secondary query where we would have put the answer to the secondary query. So the proper syntax for a subquery is to start a new line, open parentheses, then on another new line, we're going to indent and add your subquery. I'll make sure this is indented as well. Then start another new line, and making sure that you're in line with your open parentheses, you're going to add your close parentheses. All right, I'm going to remove my secondary query up here, and let's run this. All right, and there is all of the employees whose salary is greater than the average. So that's the basics of subqueries in SQL. As always, drop any questions in the comments and make sure to follow for more.